So this is kind of a video where I've started doing this because I'm sitting here calculating what it costs to feed my dogs every month, how much they need to eat every month, going through and finding what websites, what costs what where, and what food I want to feed, what's the best food. I'm currently feeding Honest Kitchen, but I'm not sure I'm going to stay with them because I just don't know. But in amongst doing all of this and working out costs, I found myself with a question. So,
what is your question?
So as I'm sitting here going through all my pricing for everything, and I'm looking at base mixes. So for those who don't know what a base mix is made by a company that it has all the vitamins, minerals, usually it has veggies, some sort of fiber in it. And you add a protein source to it. So beef, chicken, turkey, fish, eggs, whatever you want to add to it to make it complete. Now, we're not going to get into the base mixes. You know, each amino acid profile is different for each protein. So I'm not 100% confident that I buy one base mix and that's going to balance any protein I feed. You know, turkey is going to be different from beef, and beef is different from chicken.
And my first question.
Fish. Yes.
How do you know how much meat to put in?
So each company is a little bit different. Dr. Harvey's it's rated by poundage. So it's basically how much your dogs weigh is how many ounces they end up having. So with Dr. Harvey's, I need to use about a pound for each one of my dogs. And my dogs range in weight from about 35 pounds to 40 pounds. And they're all active. So about a pound when I am feeding Dr. Harvey's is about right. Honest Kitchen, on their box, it's all listed in cups, which is not, I would rather go by pounds or a little bit better. So
who wants to shove hamburger in a measuring cup?
In a measuring cup. So like Honest Kitchen, I'm pretty sure if I look at their base mix, it's, you know, they get 3/4 a cup of the base mix, and then I think it's like a cup and a half of your protein source, which does make things a little bit difficult in, you know, weight I think is better. Doing things by weight is a little bit better. So honestly, I kind of use Dr. Harvey's formula for how much meat I put in when I do Honest Kitchen as well. So here's my thing. So I'm calculating what all it's going to cost to feed my 4 dogs who range between 35 to 40 pounds. And right now, because again, I'm having issues with Honest Kitchen and some of the things they've been doing, and I'm not a huge fan of some of the carb content in their foods. I do trust them, quote unquote, but I don't know how much I trust them anymore. I'm not super happy with some of the things the company is doing. So as I'm sitting here looking at prices, it dawns on me as I'm looking at this base mix and I'm looking at feeding raw/cooked. Most of this is raw. Raw is easy. I don't have to do anything. I can just scoop it out and throw it in the bowl with the base mix. But here's my question for the video. What is actually better? Okay? So I cannot afford to feed my dogs pasture-raised, organic, anything. Okay? Where I live, that averages at about $7 to $9 a pound. If I go to the ranch that's down here where I get a lot of like my milk and my eggs and my butter and everything from, and they sell beef, pork, and chicken, the beef is about $9 a pound, and it's all organic, great food. It's fantastic. The pork ranges at about $7 to $8 a pound, and the chicken is the cheapest at $6.50 a pound. I cannot afford that. Each one of my dogs has to eat a pound a day. I cannot afford that. So the meat that I get for them is from Walmart, right? And no, is that the best thing in the world? No, I don't think Walmart hamburger is great. But there's my question. So am I really doing better by my dogs by feeding them Walmart hamburger, which is what I can quote unquote afford, which averages out to about $20 a week for how much they need to eat? Roughly. A little bit more than that, actually. A little more.
That seems slightly discriminatory. They're probably the same cows.
I don't think they're the same cows.
You don't know.
Walmart meat, is not... No. but it's what I can afford for all 4 dogs. So that's some happy music. So is that better than feeding Honest Kitchen?
Okay.
Is that better than kibble?
Devil's advocate. Mm-hmm. What defines that Walmart hamburger isn't that good?
Well, I just feel like it's probably coming from some ooey cows, and then they have the whole pink slime issue.
What?
That pink slime where they like... I honestly don't know a ton about it. I just skimmed the article. I probably should have read it a little bit more. It says... Should have read it, but it's
are we
it's
assuming
like bleed? They basically it's like baloney. It's like all the nasty things, and they basically like this is not really what happens, but in a nutshell, they like bleach it and clean it to make it human edible, and then they shove it back into hamburger so that they don't have to use as much real meat. Right? They can use the bits and pieces.
How do we know Albertsons doesn't do that?
Albertsons could. That's what I'm saying. Is getting anything from any grocery store better than if I just fed a high quality kibble or Honest Kitchen or Grandma Lucy's or Sojo's or Simple Food Project? Am I doing better by my dogs by feeding that? Same with the eggs. Eggs in my area average at about $3 a dozen. Chicken breast averages at about $2 per pound, and thighs average at about $1.50 a pound. And this is all Walmart. Like, this is not organic, not pasture raised, not happy cows at all. I'm sure they were sad cows.
We don't know that.
I don't think Walmart beef is happy cows.
Are we discriminating Walmart's beef because of the occasional odd folk we see at Walmart?
This is why I can't release any of these videos.
Why? I didn't say anything bad.
No.
I don't mean it bad. I mean, I don't mind Walmart, but I mean, are we discriminating Walmart beef because Walmart is generally kind of a weird place to go?
No, I'm discriminating Walmart beef because I feel like they have a lot of issues with the beef. And I feel like when I eat Walmart beef, it has a funny taste. And I think that's probably not good. So, there's that. So that's what I'm getting at with this video. What is actually better? As I sit here and write down, here's all my prices for feeding raw. Here's all my prices for feeding Honest Kitchen. Writing everything down to every little bit. There is a local guy in my area that has raw dog food, and I don't 100% trust it either. He won't tell me where he sources.
Little black chunks in it from charcoal.
It's denatured. It's got charcoal in it, which so when something's denatured, they put bits of charcoal in it so they know it's not for human consumption.
But his content is high.
Oh my god.
Well, you didn't post that video.
It's so that they know it's not for human consumption. It can never go into the human food chain. It's not enough charcoal to cause any issues. It's just little bits. But I've emailed him multiple times asking for where he sources his meat. And the only information I've ever gotten from him is they're from quote-unquote downed dairy cows. And I have some issues with that because he sells a lot. And maybe I don't know enough about the dairy industry, but it just seems like, I don't know. That seems like a lot of cows in the Oregon, Idaho region to be feeding that many dogs. So, and I could be very wrong, and maybe somebody who knows who I'm talking about sees this video and they can educate. I don't have a good feeling about his food. I also, when I have used it, I just don't, I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't look right.
Very weird.
Yeah, it's a very odd mixture. I don't really like it. He does have turkey also. I've never used that one. But he does 30-pound boxes. I can get 30 pounds of his beef for $60, which sounds great. But again, 4 dogs eating a pound a day, that comes out to me spending about $240 a month just on the meat. And then I still have to order the base mix. And the prices on the base mix, so like the Canine Health from Dr. Harvey's is $72 for a 10-pound bag. The rest of them are all 5-pound bags. The vegetable is $54, while Vibrance is $85, and Paradigm is $87. Honest Kitchen coming in a little bit cheaper for a 7-pound box at $55. I average that I should probably need. The Canine Health has grain in it, so I go back and forth. I swap with it, but I probably need at least 2 5-pound bags of Dr. Harvey's a month. More than likely 3. So that if I do the cheap one, that's $54. And things, like all this stuff can all average, right? Like I don't have to feed hamburger every day, and you shouldn't. You should rotate your protein sources. So, they can have hamburger and then chicken.
Why?
And what?
Why?
For different nutrient values and all the meat. No different than us. We should not just eat only beef, only red meat. You shouldn't eat only white meat, only chicken breast, or only chicken thighs. Like they all have different.
That seems legitimate. Did you get it from Google?
Get it from Google. I actually got it from a class I took.
Oh, good.
Edumacated.
So,
anyway, so this is supposed to be a quick video that's now 11 minutes long. I'd like to hear everybody's thoughts. Comment below. What, I'm sitting here looking at this. What is actually better? Is it better to feed a base mix and Walmart hamburger?
We definitely need people's thoughts because I'm still stuck on the discriminating of the Walmart hamburger.
And comment about Walmart, apparently. Jimmy needs to know. What do we think? Is base mix in Walmart really better than feeding what I am currently feeding, which is the limited ingredient chicken, which in my opinion is a very good food from Honest Kitchen? And what's better? Comment below. Thank you for watching the Food Dish Random Talks. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and click on the little bell to receive notifications of new videos.